So to solve this example with the law of cosines, I'm going to start out the way I did before, which means I'm going to look at what it is I'm trying to solve for. That would be this angle, and I'm going to label that A. And notice I'm using a capital A because it's an angle measurement. So then the side length right across from that would be side A, and then the other two sides are B and C. Doesn't matter at all which is which. And then let's fill those numbers into our formula. Now this time I do have a value for little a. I do have a value for side length A. So I'm going to say 24 squared equals 20 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 20 times 12. And this time it's angle A that I don't know. Now I want you to think about the equation I just had you solve. Okay? Hopefully you came out with an answer of -3. If you had done the steps correctly, that's where you would have ended up. And that relates to this equation. Hopefully you can see it, but if you can't, what I want to point out is this 2 times 20 times 12 is all connected to the cosine of A. So I can't combine any of this with this stuff over here. I'm going to have to do these two things separately. It's almost like there's a big wall right here. Because, again, 2 times 20 times 12 is connected to this cosine of A. So I can't just plug away and type all of this in my calculator like I could before. It's like in the equation, you simplified and you should have ended up with 5 minus 5x. But you can't combine the two 5's because the second 5 is connected to an x. Same thing here. This is connected to cosine of A, so I can't combine this with this. So I'm going to have to tackle this in 3 steps. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. And it would not be a bad idea for you to underline those parts on your paper as you're writing down this example. This example, by the way, is in your notes packet, and hopefully you copied this down because the one in your notes packet, the numbers are different. So make sure you have this example copied down, and then I would also underline what we did right here to show the 3 different pieces I'm going to do. So 24 squared, I'm going to move down a little bit, is 576. 20 squared plus 12 squared is 544. Minus, and that minus came from right here, 2 times 20 times 12, let's see, I think that's going to be 480 times cosine of A. Now again, I cannot combine 544 and 480 because this 480 is attached to this cosine A. So what I'm going to have to do from here is subtract 544, subtract 544, and I end up with 32 equals, now this is gone, and now I have negative 480. Make sure you hang on to that negative. Okay, this negative right here, it's important that this 480 number stays negative. Cosine of A. And then let's divide by negative 480. Cross that out, and what you end up with is negative 0.066. I believe it's 0.66 repeating. But that's equal to cosine of A. Now remember, what you're really trying to find here is the A value. You're trying to find what the angle measurement is. And anytime you're looking for the angle measurement, you're going to end up doing an inverse trig function. So from here, I would do inverse cosine of negative 0.066. And I end up with, I believe, 94 degrees as a final answer.